Hey YouTubers, Naja Natalia here, and I'm going to talk to you about something very, very important that is basically out in the open, out in the homes, out in churches, out in the music industry, out in any place, period. The LGBT. Now, the reason why I'm touching on this subject because recently I was watching Out in Hip Hop, which was basically based on an episode from VH1's Love and Hip Hop that told a story of Miles and Milan, who are both openly gay couple. And Miles, who had a girlfriend for 10 years, no longer together, and she didn't know that he's bisexual and he has feelings for someone that's been with this person for a very long time, for a while now. And while I was watching that panel, it made me think of a lot that I at first when I was a kid didn't understand, but now I understand why, and how people were taking it as a certain way when it comes to being open with their sexuality. Now, my story is different, but it's kind of like sad at the same time because the way I started out young, and it was in fourth grade, no, third grade, and I was attending this school in Greenbelt called Spring Hill Lake, and I knew three girls, and we was all like the crew, but we were just all buddies. Like, I wouldn't call it like a clique. It was just because most likely one of the person that was in the group with me, we hung out mostly. But I remember in third grade, I was in special ed, so my classroom was a little different. But the reason why they would put me in special ed because the fact that I learn different, I think different, and my comprehension is rough. But one day we just had a little free day. We got all our work done. It was basically towards the end of the school year, and I remember me and the three girls, we was like, let's go to this little closet patio room where we had all of our like cool gym stuff and toys basically, like toys to play with. And we just let us, hey, we're gonna be in here. And then the teacher stepped out to like get something for us to do for a little bit, because the free time was only like 40 minutes. And I cannot forget her name. Her name was Tyresha Dixon, and she was the cool girl in my school, but she never told all her friends that she was basically like hanging out with me, because she wanted to keep that popularity all in a way. And I remember one day that we all hung out in this little patio room, and we kissed, and we just felt up on each other, randomly felt up on each other. And what's so funny about that is the fact that I remember that so clearly, and we had to make sure like no teachers was coming in to catch us on what's going on. No teacher knew about this whole thing, so we just basically kept it to ourselves until I got transferred to another elementary school. Now I went to 2 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school, so it was always moving. Now, after that, my feelings for girls was, for me, it was kind of like, I noticed it like, my thing is, I looked at physical appearance first, and if I tried to do you physical way, then I would be attracted to you mentally. Because to me, physical is a bonus, but to me it's not that important. But if I'm seeing something that I see in you, I want to go talk to you, and like I really would talk to you, like be like, hey, you're pretty and all that stuff. And at first I kept it to myself, because in my head I was thinking, maybe I was crazy, maybe it was just a one-time thing, it's never gonna hurt again. But growing up, I've always like had this I had this gut feeling that whatever girl I came close to, I was always shy, I was always blushing whenever we talked, and it was weird. But the very first time I told like a church person, because this person that I'm still cool with to this day. It's just that I haven't been in church for so long because of work. But she had me, my sister, a girl, and three girls that were all sisters, and we were all like the best of friends. And I remember one of those girls that was sisters, she came out as bisexual. And the similar story, well, her story was more graphic than mine, but the way she felt for women was basically the exact same feeling I had towards women as well. I always think women are beautiful. Women are beautiful in so many ways. So when I decided to tell, I told the supervisor, I told the person that like got the whole thing together. I told her privately because I was like, I didn't want to feel embarrassed. I didn't know how to tell my parents. I didn't know how to tell my friends. But I did ask her questions like, what does it mean when you like the same girl? Like if you like a girl, she's like, okay, so that means you like girls. So you basically like bisexual. But I was like, I don't know, because it's kind of iffy. So I kept myself as bi-curious. And for those people that don't know what bi-curious is, basically bi-curious is you're not sure if you like the same sex, but you have feelings for the same sex, so you basically put yourself in a category until you confirm it with yourself. And I stayed like that from I was 10 years old. I stayed there from 10 to 15, 16 years old. So it was like 5, 6 years. It didn't get worse to high school. Now, my high school, which is Blainsburg High, I thought I was going to get picked on if they found out that I was like that, but even when that was going on, like I was always, my years wasn't so perfect because there are times where I was going to jump, got dumped, and all that stuff. Now, 10th grade, it was the hardest year because it was one of those realization years, but also it was a very depressing school year. I was in a class with a guy, and he ended up having feelings for me. Now during this time I had a boyfriend, and I was telling the stalker like, I'm not interested in you, and I can't be with you. Now, sad thing is, I found confidence not only in a man, but I found confidence in a woman. So one of my friends, best friends for years, she doesn't know that I have feelings for her, but I'm not going to tell her because she's my best friend. And as much as she doesn't go that way, I just hope that she embraces the fact that this person still loves me as I am. But there was two girls that I liked, and one of them dated my ex-boyfriend, but we both really liked each other. We kissed and we, got real close. We was real affectionate with each other, like really, really affectionate. And I came out to my family, and what mostly everybody thought was a phase. They thought it was a phase because of the whole stalking situation. I was just getting out through depression, and no, it wasn't through depression. It was more like, this is exactly how I'm feeling towards women. There was a girl that I liked, and they thought that person like made change me, and I was like, no, I've been feeling this way for years. And what's funny about that, my friends noticed that. They noticed that I like girls, because whenever I was talking to girls, they always sense a vibe like, hey, she really likes this girl, she wants to be her girlfriend, all that stuff. So coming out to my friends wasn't hard. Coming out to my parents was hard. And then also what made it more difficult is I didn't know how to tell certain family members. Like for example, my uncle's a pastor in New York. So before I knew his backstory, I'm thinking, oh, he's just one of those strict pastors that is against homophobia, against gay, all that period. But when I told my mom, she was like, well, call your uncle. He knows more about that than I do. So I was like, okay. I called my uncle, and surprisingly, he was very supportive, because he was like, well, I was that way back in the day. He was gay before he became a pastor. Now, if you meet him, he's so lively, so bright, and so awesome as a guy, and you would never thought that he went through a lot in his life. Now, then he was very supportive. He was like, as long as they love you and as long as you accept you as you are, then everything will be okay. Everything will be fine. Now, relationship wise, for me, it was kind of difficult to have a girlfriend relationship, to be with another woman, because the girls that I had feelings for only wanted friends with benefits, or they never actually told me, hey, let's be girlfriends. And that was hard, because as much as I really like there's still a few girls that I'm still cool with, that I still have feelings for till this day from high school. And knowing for a fact that they either would not be with me because they don't feel that same way, or they'll be like, well, you have a boyfriend, but we'll keep it as a secret and blah 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 blah. And in high school, it was always a hard time finding the right girl, because not a lot of girls was feeling that way. But my sister had friends that were gay, and she accepted them, but she couldn't accept her sister. Now she accepts me because she sees it. She knows I'm not joking. She knows I'm not going through phases. Dead serious. Now in this millennium, now that I see that a lot of things is opening up for the LGBT, besides gay marriage, which is a very powerful thing, that now gay people can get married, I don't feel like that's the only problem. There's more to that. There's more teenagers or kids who are either transgender boy, transgender girl, that still get teased, that are gay, still get teased, lesbian, still get teased, and bi, you still get teased. But the one thing I will speak on when it came to that part, when you confirm to everyone that you're bisexual, there's a lot of questions that they're going to ask you, which I always get annoyed on. They always ask me, would you ever go back to dick, or would you ever cheat on your man for a girl? How would you know which one's the one for you? Would you have sex with a girl do you rather have sex with girls more than boys? And I always say, no matter who I'm with, that's the one I'm going to sleep with. That's the one I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. No matter if it's a boy, girl, or trans, I would date a trans. I do not mind. I do not care. Why? Because they're still beautiful too. They need love, of course. And I never stereotyped anyone. And if any of my friends think that I did, I want to apologize and say I'm sorry. I did not mean it that way. Never meant it at all. And period. And what's frustrating about when a girl is bisexual is, back in my day, and I think till now, it was easier for women to come out because women. Now, men in their dirty minds, men like to fantasize two women fucking, having sex, no matter with a dildo, no matter with the fingers. Anyway, mud fight, having sex, all blown out. Fine, they're cool with that. What majority of the world is not cool with, and it is kind of weird, is when a man comes out, because a man, they have to go through the hurdles just to get their point across. As for women, we have to be like, oh, I'm gay. No, there's more to that, and it's very frustrating. Now, also, what the panel on VH1's Love and Hip Hop's Out in Hip Hop, talked about also was, coming out in church. I never came out in church because I was too scared to. To this day, I'm scared to. And the reason why is because the people that know me for years, I am afraid of how they're going to take it, because I will guarantee you that at least 90% of the majority of people in my church will probably not accept gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender people in their church. And if they do, that's a blessing. That's a very good thing. And the reason why I'm saying that, because back in the day, it was harder to be yourself sometimes. And now that we're at this point where we can be ourselves, Like Miles J, she is fierce, honey. Like, she can wear the nicest wigs, beautiful makeup, and still be herself. And then there's, female artists that's out there, that is working their asses off to get out there. Or like the girl from The Wire, her name's Felicia, but I think her name's Snoopy from The Wire. Yeah, I know who I'm talking about, but I know I'm messing up her name so bad. But they're like accepting themselves, and they're making money. They're putting themselves out there like, this is who I am, no matter what you say or do. And I think what's the hardest thing for black churches to realize is we are people too. We have feelings. Don't ever think that being gay, bisexual, whatever we are as is a sin. Don't ever think that, is a disease that can be cured, because it's gonna fuck a person's mind up really bad. And when I say really bad, I mean really bad. And it shouldn't have to be that way. It really shouldn't. I feel like people should be more open. Because if you're more open to having crazy people in our churches, former prostitutes in our church, or sex offenders or whatever comes in our church and be okay with it, why y'all can't be okay with the people who are gay? Why y'all can't be okay with people who are lesbian, who are bisexual, all that? Why y'all can't be okay with that? Because we all love God. We all love Jesus Christ. We all love our religion. It's just hard because not only you have to deal with the color of your skin, you have to deal with your sexuality. And my point of sexuality was in 10th grade, but I never accepted until 11th grade. Because after everything that I went through in that 10th grade year, I looked at myself and I was like, I love me. Like, I love me. And then when I see women in my school, were beautiful. They were beautifully gorgeous. And those girls, I was like, I had the immediate crush on. But I never said anything because I was like, I don't want them to get offended. Like, oh, no, she's gay. I don't want to be that way. I just didn't know how to come out. But this video is one of those come out truths, because I wanted to make it clear to everybody that just because I'm bisexual, that doesn't mean that I am wrong. Just because I'm bisexual, that does not mean I'm going through a phase. It just means that I love both sex. No matter if I choose one more than the other, I still am attracted to men and women regardless of who they are. Don't ask me questions on which one I would choose, because I've been asked that a lot of times. Don't ask me about, don't try to talk down to me on my decision to be this way. Now, my current boyfriend, he knows about it. When we went on our first date, that's the first thing that came out of my mouth. I am bisexual. Yeah, he asks questions, but then I also remind him that if I'm going to be with you for a very long time, you have to understand that I still love you. Yes, there are times that my attraction to women will be there. It will always be there. I will still be in a committed relationship with you, regardless of my sexuality. Why? I love men and women, and I love you for you. So his insecurities when it came to, me being bisexual went out the window. I can't say for most men, but for my boyfriend, he's very understanding. So he was very okay with me with who I am. As a matter of fact, there are times he's like, well, how about you get in bed with this one? Or with Megan Fox, or with me and P from Vine. And I'm just like, you just want a fantasy. I actually just want a committed love. But my whole point on this video was inspired from out in hip hop, but the main point that I'm saying is my experience is different from everybody else, which I understand it, but we all are in this together, regardless of our outcomes. There are people who are homeless, there are people who are dying, who are trying to kill themselves because of the hate from our own family and friends, which shouldn't have to be this way. We should all come together and say, you know what, no matter who you are, you're my sister, you're my brother, and I love you, no matter what. And I'm gonna turn off this video, but leave a positive note for anybody that's struggling to come out as transgender, as bisexual, as gay, lesbian, all that. You're not alone. You are absolutely not alone. And if you're watching this video for 20 minutes and some change, I really appreciate that. But the whole point of this video is that this is your moment to say, you know what, I love me for me. And if I love women, I love women. If I love men, I love men. If I am a woman or a man, I am a woman or a man. Or if I love both sex, I love both sex. Regardless, I am beautiful. God loves me. I am not a mistake. I am not a abomination to anybody. I am beautiful. I am fierce. I am smart. I am caring. I am loving. I am very exotic. I am everything that God has made me to be. So if you're watching this video is for you to show the world that you can do it. If I can come out as bisexual to the world, so can you. You can come out to the world on your own time. When I say your own time, meaning take your time. Be very patient with yourself, and don't let anything or anybody discourage you because of the choice that you made. Now, if you're probably wondering when was my first time actually having a physical moment with a woman, it's 4th grade, but it didn't progress more until after high school. And after high school, I was chilling with a friend, and me, like, her family and me, we were all cool. We're like a third family. But her parents didn't know that me and the girl was actually like secretly getting really close and kissing and affection and being really close with each other, because we both had feelings for each other. We never told them because we kept it to ourselves. But there were some people that lived with them that knew about it, and they were pretty accepting of it because they didn't care. They just cared for the fact that this is you, I'm accepting you. This is who you are. You're cool to me, I'm cool to you. Straight up that. But thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want more of some videos from me. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And it hasn't been easy, because there are times when I walk around women and I want to bang the living crap out of them, or just be like, you know, I have a crush on you, let's just go out on a date and I just want to be with you. I just want to hold your hand, give you flowers, and kiss you every day. But I am Naja Natalia Jameson, 23 years old, from the DMV, as a bisexual, black, and Panamanian woman who proudly supports the LGBT community. And I would love to be any help to anybody who wants to either start a LGBT community organization or just invite me. I would not mind. I will be more than gladly to support you, to support everybody, because we are all family to the world. So